this module, we will discuss about Hooke's law and different moduli of elasticity. Next, we have to discuss what is meant by Hooke's law of elasticity. We already discussed what is meant by stress, what is meant by strain. Here see, as the force increases, as the load increases, what happens? The extension increases. So, we can say that stress is directly proportional to strain. Otherwise, we can say that stress upon strain is a constant. This constant is called modulus of elasticity. Within the elastic limit, stress is directly proportional to strain. This is Hooke's law of elasticity. We can see here E is equal to stress upon strain. We have mainly three moduli of elasticity. You know that the unit of stress is Newton per meter square. Strain is a unitless, dimensionless quantity. So, the unit of modulus of elasticity is same as that of stress. There are mainly three moduli of elasticity. These are Young's modulus, bulk modulus and rigidity modulus. Young's modulus is related to linear strain, bulk modulus related to volume strain and modulus of rigidity related to shearing strain. One question: which is more elastic, steel or rubber? Steel is more elastic than rubber. You know Hooke's law. What is Hooke's law? According to Hooke's law, stress to the strain is a constant and that constant is modulus of elasticity. Here, the modulus of elasticity is inversely proportional to strain. For the same stress, the strain produced in steel is very much less as compared to rubber. So, we can say that the modulus of elasticity is more for steel. So, steel is more elastic than rubber. Next, we have to discuss Young's modulus of elasticity. Young's modulus of elasticity is the ratio of longitudinal stress upon longitudinal strain. Longitudinal stress means F upon A and longitudinal strain means delta L upon L. A rod of length L is suspended here. We can say that when you suspend a mass M, the length of the rod increases by delta L due to the force F. F is equal to mg. Then we can say that Young's modulus of elasticity, the stress, normal stress is equal to F by A and the longitudinal strain is delta L upon L, change in length upon original length, FL upon AL. Here, the area cross-section of the rod is circular, so we can say that A is equal to pi r square and F is equal to mg. So, we rewrite this equation mgl upon pi r square delta L. Next is bulk modulus of elasticity. What is bulk modulus of elasticity? It is the ratio of normal stress upon volume strain. Here, a cube is placed inside a fluid. This fluid exerts pressure on all the surface of this cube. So, the cube undergo compression. So, volume of the cube decreases. So, change in volume is delta V and the original volume, that is V. So, we can write the bulk modulus B is equal to delta P upon delta V by V, that is V delta P upon delta V. The reciprocal of bulk modulus of elasticity, that is compressibility. So, K is equal to 1 by B, that is 1 by V into delta V upon delta P. gases being most compressible and least elastic, while solids are more elastic or least compressible. So, the bulk modulus of elasticity of solid is greater than that of liquid and greater than that of gas. So, least bulk modulus is for gas and maximum for solids. Modulus of rigidity, that is the ratio of shearing stress upon shearing strain. Here the force is tangential to the surface to the area. So shearing stress is F upon A. Then here the shearing strain, that is the angle through which the plane originally perpendicular to the surface get turned, that is theta here. So we can say that shearing strain is theta. So shearing stress upon shearing strain, that is F upon A theta. Then you can see here theta is equal to delta x by y. So we put the value of theta here. We got Fy upon A delta x. You know that both solids and fluids have a bulk modulus. However, fluids do not have Young's modulus and shear modulus because a liquid cannot sustain a tensile or shearing stress. Here we are going to discuss the stress strain graph of a metallic wire. When we increase stress on a metallic wire, the strain produced is shown here. As we increases the stress, the strain also increases. Till OA, you can see that stress is directly proportional to strain. So A is called proportional limit. Then when we remove the mass from the point A, the wire regains its original configuration. That means the wire comes to the point O. But again we are increasing the load step by step. So when we increase, it reaches the point B. This is the elastic limit. If you increase the weight beyond this limit, the body may permanently stretched. So this is called the elastic limit. The point B is called the elastic limit. So when we remove the stress at the point B, the body regains its original configuration. So the point B is called the elastic limit. Then again we increase the stress. The extension produced, that is shown here BC. That time what happened, when you remove the stress from the point C, the body is not regaining its original configuration O. In place of that, it comes to the point D. That means the body is permanently stretched to OD. The length of the wire permanently increased by OD. So this is called the permanent set. This OD region, that is called the permanent set. So before C, this area here full, it is showing the elastic behavior. OD is the permanent set. The explanation, it is written here. Again, if you increase the stress, what happened? Beyond the point E, strain increases very rapidly, and near the point F, the length of the wire increases continuously even without increasing the load. The wire breaks at that point F. This is called breaking point or fracture point, and the corresponding stress is known as breaking stress. So this is the corresponding stress. So this is the breaking stress. The stress corresponding to breaking point F is called breaking stress or tensile strength. This is the tensile strength. The stress corresponding to the point F, that is called breaking stress or tensile strength. So at that point F, it starts break. So this is the breaking point. So this is the region here the material turns to plastic. So this area shows the plastic behavior. When you draw the stress strain graph of a brittle material, you can say that the graph should be till here B, and A and B are very close. When it crosses the elastic limit, that material breaks.